call the Harrison County Commission meeting for Wednesday, September 17th, 2025 to order. If you will rise and join us in the invocation pledge, please.
Heavenly Father, in a world of sadness, in a world of darkness, Lord, you, just in your baptism, as the dove descended on you and brought the Spirit fully upon you, Lord. And then you said no to all the darkness, that there will always be light when you took the cross for our sins and gave us eternal life through your salvation and your mercy. We pray for all those who suffer unjustly, Lord. We pray for anyone today in this room that has something going on in their mind that seems overwhelming, or anything going on in their bodies that's physical that seems overwhelming, and that everyone in this room may find the peace that only you can give them physically and mentally. In Jesus' precious name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is there anyone on Zoom that wishes to speak publicly? Anyone on Zoom wish to speak publicly? None. We will move to the consent agenda. Number 2, what's the pleasure?
Move to approve consent agenda as presented.
Motion to approve consent agenda as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 3, payroll change notices A through E. What's the pleasure?
Move to approve payroll notices A through E.
Motion to approve payroll change notices A through E. Is there any discussion?
Madam President, Laura, are these law enforcement promotions filling back?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We had a captain retire, so this is now filling that position and back, filling the different ranks that move up.
Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? None, motion carried. Number 14, minutes and or amended minutes of previous meetings, A and B.
Move to approve A and B regular minutes from August 20th and September 3rd, 2025 as presented.
Motion to approve regular meeting minutes from August 20th, 2025 and September 3rd, 2025 as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? None, motion carried. Number 5, requisitions, purchase orders, and invoices A through C. What's the pleasure?
Do we have any issues to discuss that further?
Well, the only issue I just saw this morning is I thought we took care of a late fee, but I found one this morning from a 911. I think it was what it was, electric bill. But that's the only issue that I saw.
We'll address that. They usually never have any.
So
Move to approve requisitions, purchase order, invoices A, B, and C as presented.
motion to approve requisitions, purchase orders, and invoices A, B, and C as presented. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? None, motion carried. Number 6, exoneration, corrective tickets, joint property applications. Looks like we only have exonerations and corrective tickets.
Move to approve agenda item 6, A and B exonerations, corrective tickets as presented.
Motion to approve item 6, exonerations and corrective tickets A and B as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? None, motion carries. Number 7, consideration of approval of a project fund requisition for the payment of costs associated with the project to be financed from proceeds of the Series 2019 bonds issued for the Charles Point Economic Opportunity Development District, Series 2021 A and B, Development District Number 3, White Oaks Project Number 2, and Series 2008A, Charles Point Project Number 2, Northland Bay Improvements A and B. What's the pleasure?
Move to approve 7A Series 2008A, $22,290 B Series 2019 A and B for $4,253.
A motion to approve 7A and B in the amount stated by the Commissioner. Commissioner Hinkle, is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? None, motion carried. At 10:05, we have a special funding request from Expressions of Love requesting $2,500 for supplying food to children and families in our community. Who wants to talk?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Judy Bonamico, and I'm the founder and president of Expressions of Love Charity. As an answer to a calling in 2019, we started a nonprofit. Honestly, it makes us happy to serve others, and we believe it's our purpose here on earth. We're a small faith-driven group of friends, business owners, and neighbors. We don't have an office or paid employees, just hearts helping hearts. Every dollar donated goes directly into this community. Let me share a few examples of where these donations go. We supply food pantries like the one at RCB High School, fill backpacks for local students, and provide hygiene supplies too. We donated beef from local farmers to the Mustard Seed Food Pantry so families in need could have healthy, protein-rich meals. It supports our farmers and feeds our neighbors, 2 blessings in one. We prepare lunches for the Sit and Eat program in Clarksburg. We've paid show choir dues, soccer fees, and even a Disney trip cost so that students could be part of opportunities they'd otherwise miss. These experiences build confidence, teamwork, and memories that last a lifetime. Last year, CPS had to remove grandchildren from their grandparents' home because it was considered unfit. The floors were only subflooring and not finished. Through Expressions of Love, we were able to provide the flooring materials, and the family put in the work to install them. Because of that, the children were able to return to the safety and love of their grandparents' home within 3 weeks. This is where your donations go, not into buildings, not into overhead, but directly into people's lives. You're helping families breathe a little easier. Students chase their dreams, and neighbors know they are not forgotten. Together, we're building a stronger, kinder, and more connected community. On behalf of everyone at Expressions of Love, we thank you for your consideration in furthering our cause, and may the Lord bless all of our efforts as we give glory and honor to his name. God bless, and thank you.
Well, Madam President, make the motion to give the $2,500 in and a thank you. Thank you for everything.
Okay, the motion is made to approve the $2,500 donation to Expressions of Love. Is there any more discussion, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed?
No.
Okay, motion carried. Number 8, review, discuss, consider Pratt and Whitney 2025 TIF application for March 4th, 2020 agreement.
Madam President, this is the yearly request that comes before the commission. It was for an agreement that was March 4th of 2020 for personal property taxes on their 800 series engine. So this is something that we do every year. So they're asking for that reimbursement.
What's the pleasure on number 8?
Motion to approve the request for $6,680.
Motion to approve the request for the amount stated by Commissioner Treecost. Is there any discussion? It's more than that, though.
It is.
It's 200 and some.
$240,768
Now that I-
passing.
You want to change your amount?
Catch me up, Peter, Laura.
We're changing it to the $240,768. That is what is on the application.
Where would that money come out of?
So there's actually a special fund, from that TIF district that's up at the airport that all the money goes into, so it's reimbursed out of that. I believe it's Fund 6.
Okay. I'm sorry, Madam President.
So the airport's TIF. Instead of keeping the money and going to the airport took this money and offered it back out of their TIF to Pratt Whitney. So
Okay,
this is money that would have gone to the airport, but the airport, when Pratt Whitney decided to stay and put that engine in the airport, gave up that funding for their TIF to go to Pratt Whitney.
Okay, so the motion still
Mhm.
stands as the amount stated by,
no, correct it, Madam President.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
with the amount that Laura. So- Okay. Anything else?
Mhm.
Hearing nothing, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Yeah.
Aye. Any opposed? None, motion carried. Okay, at 10:10, we have a special funding request from the West Fork On-Site Community Co-op Inc. requesting 6680 for their urgent need for a septic tank replacement and E1 pump maintenance.
Now what I'll do is I'll go ahead and make the motion. I apologize. It's my fault. You can go to the podium, but it's my fault. I was on the wrong number. I'm sorry.
Good morning. My name is Paul Hamrick. I'm the Secretary Treasurer of the West Fork Co-op, and I come here this morning to be a voice for this. Co-op's a very small group now. We originally had a co-op was formed to provide sewer for 4 communities, and in 2022, the State Infrastructure Council determined that there was no need for another sewer utility being in close proximity to Clarksburg. So in June of 2022, our project was terminated, and the city of Clarksburg will now be working with the Army Corps of Engineers to provide sewer in those 4 communities. The problem is when they terminated the project, we still had the demonstration project, which was built in 2008. And originally we had 6 homes on this demonstration project that basically is a cluster system. You leave an on-site septic system, but you take their effluent to one drain field via the pump. There was no means for us to grow. Instead of 6, we're down to 4, but we still have an obligation to maintain that system until Clarksburg extends sewer to Glen Falls. And it's a problem far bigger than we can fix. So that's why we come to the county commission to hopefully we can work, together because we really don't have the means to do major project like this, but it's needed. The user agreement that we used, PSC approved user agreement back in 2008, said that the co-op would provide the service and maintain past the pipe leaving their home. So we feel like we're obligated, but I quite honestly, we just need some help, and that's why I'm here this morning.
Madam President, I would recommend it. The Clarksburg Sanitary Board, they're working very hard to get to Glen Falls, but it will be a while before they get there. They're currently in Gore. They're working in Arlington, Glen Falls areas.
Yep, I've had the conversation with them, so.
This is serving how many people?
Today it's only 4 homes.
So how much of the 4 homes putting into this project?
Well, we have at this present time, we have approximately $500 in our checking account.
Oh, it's not the question I asked. I said, how much is each homeowner putting in so that they can have sewage?
They, we haven't went to the
Are you
homeowner.
expecting the homeowner to
Uh,
just repair it all?
No, sir, not at this point.
Ask why.
Well, because, number one, I don't know how much we could ask, you know.
It
It's,
sounds like a private sewer system.
They pay a fee, right, Paul? I know
they,
it's a
they pay,
minimal fee,
yes, we
but
have
they
a
pay fee.
$15,
How much?
$15 user fee,
$15 sewer fee.
right, sir.
How many people in Harrison County only pay $15 for sewer?
No, we understand that it's a low fee, but at the same time, this was a demonstration project. When these folks signed on, they weren't forced to sign on. It was a mutual, you know, we was trying to fix, we had black water in their yards in a couple cases. One home didn't even have a septic, tank to treat their system. So we was trying to show that we could fix a problem with sewage in the county and the state with a cluster system. And they agreed to be part of the demonstration project.
I appreciate that, but I guess I'm looking, you guys are just like one step above my neighbor who doesn't take care of his septic system. He's not here today to ask for money to fix his septic system. Because you're talking about a septic system for 4 people, you combined it in one. And the owners of these houses and property are expecting, and my commissioners will probably vote to do it, but for the county and the citizens to pay for their septic system. We don't do that for anybody else.
Well, sir, but you also, you provide money to public service districts that need
For sewage
repairs.
treatment Plants, water.
Right.
Masses, not for 4 people's individual house.
Well, but they're still users. They're still,
I think we know that there's a big difference from top.
well, we would have been a much larger utilities.
You guys not been setting money aside? You've been paying $15 a month for how long?
But quite honestly, we've sustained ourselves since 2008. We've not asked a dime from the county or the state since 2008,
I don't think you should have.
and we haven't.
That's all questions I have.
Anything further from this?
I get.
So what's the pleasure?
Motion to provide the $6,680 so we can help 4 people, 4 households.
Okay, the motion is
Excuse
to.
me. Did you express these as 4 people? 4 people, okay. I just wanted to, I couldn't hear what was being said. I'm sorry, Pat.
No, what,
Okay, the motion is to approve the $6,680 for the septic tank replacement.
Yes, ma'am, I'd like to make a amendment to that motion. The county only pay half and requested.
Well, we have a motion on the floor for the full amount. So is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, any opposed?
No.
You still want me to?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The amendment to Commissioner Hinkle's motion was to pay half of the 6680. Is there any discussion on that?
it doesn't need to be voted on, it's already been.
Okay. You want to make that in the form of a motion or?
Yes, ma'am, I make that on the motion, we're going to pay half of that request vote.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
No.
No. So I probably need to work something out get with Laura or someone from the commission office to. I think you need to get something done and then we'll pay at that point.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Proper way to handle that. That's just my 2 cents. So. Okay, at 10:15, we have a special funding request from Town of Nutter Fort requesting $1,500 for their community Halloween Fall Festival.
Good morning. Thank you for having us. I'm Charlene Lauk. I'm on council in Town and Utter Fort. 2 years ago, we had our 100th celebration and we had it in the form of a street fair and it was very well received. The community loves it. So we decided to try to continue to have something for the community on an annual basis. So last year we also had the street fair. We had a Halloween fall festival. So we are doing that again this year. It's a one-day event from 11 to 8. We will have a stage full of mostly free entertainment that is, a lot of it is free to us and free to the community. Street will be filled with vendors, food, crafts. Cartoon headquarters will be there with their inflatables. So we will have entertainment throughout the day. We're going to have a pumpkin drop, pumpkin decorating, face painting, just anything you can think of. And we are asking that we could have $1,500 to use towards this festival.
Yes. Let's allocate $1,500 to your wonderful evening and have fun and be safe.
So that's your motion.
Yeah.
Okay, the motion is to allocate $1,500 for the Nutter Fort Community Halloween Fall Festival. Is there any discussion? Question?
Question out of what budget line?
We'll take that from
It would be out of 026 community improvement.
community improvement.
So I'd like to make that part of the motion. That's where the money comes from.
You don't care? That's fine.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Have fun, Charlene. Okay, 1021, but we had a 1020 special funding request from the town of Lost Creek requesting $1,624 for new pole mount Christmas lights.
Good morning. My name is Joni Oliverio, and I am councilperson for the town of Lost Creek. I'm here today to ask the commission for $1,624 to help the town purchase new pole mount Christmas light displays. The current displays Lost Creek has are over 30 years old and in a state of disrepair as they are being held together with duct tape, bobby pins, and bubble gum. My goal is to raise $17,864, which equals 22 displays. For every 2 displays purchased in January, for every 2 that we get or pay for in January, we get 1 free. So it actually brings the cost down to the town. My goal is to have 33 total displays. To date, I have raised enough money to pay for 28 displays. So my projections, I'm running a little bit short. Anything over will help pay for the new masts that they put on the electric poles to plug them into. I have pledges from businesses and citizens in Lost Creek. I have not left a stone unturned. So I would greatly appreciate if you could help us sponsor 2 of the displays where we can get the 3rd one free. And when we order in January, they will be ready for the 2026 Christmas season. Thank you.
Pleasure on the request.
Motion approved the town of Lost Creek for $1,624. And Madam Administrator, that'll come out of
026 community.
make our motion 026 Community Improvement.
Okay, motion is to approve the $1,624 for the town of Lost Creek for the new pole mount Christmas lights and to come out of 026, Fund 026. Anything further? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? None, motion carried. Okay, number 9, review, discuss, consider setting date and time for trick or treating in Harrison County, recommended to be Friday, October 31st at 6 to 7:30. Do we want to do a Friday night?
We can do whatever.
I mean, that's a football night. Sorry. I know what's another for you? Have you guys set yours yet?
It's on our next agenda for Tuesday, but I do believe it's talked about for Thursday.
Cause I think I saw somebody else was, okay, I knew I saw somebody else.
I would.
You wanna go ahead and do that, then make a motion for the Thursday, 30th.
The 30th.
Yeah.
And do you want it for an hour and a half or an hour?
I think that's what I saw. If it was, I don't know who I saw was doing it, but I think that was the same time. Yeah, yeah. So I think we need, doesn't hurt to be consistent.
Are you guys giving away eclairs? Talking to you, Miss Monica, I want an eclair.
Get out there early. Okay, so. What do we want?
Motions for October 30th from 6 to 7:30.
Okay, motion for trick or treating in Harrison County is for Thursday, October 30th from 6 to 7:30, correct? Okay, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? None, motion carried. Number 10, review, discuss, consider declaring the following properties as an emergency nuisance within the framework of the International Property Maintenance Code ordinance so that emergency measures of abatement can be commenced. We have A through D. Pleasure. Did you want to speak to these, Robert?
No, I have to.
I think it's important, that way the citizens know exactly what we're doing, because this is, these are,
Yeah. These four properties been dilapidated for a while. Or use our budget to tear them down. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'll ask the next. Whereabouts is Underhill Road Bridge?
It is under Lodgeville Road. Maybe go down by the storage units there. It's under that.
It's back in there.
Yeah.
You can see the residents from the interstate, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
To Roan Avenue.
Roan
Side
Avenue.
by side houses.
Yeah. What front and back. It's a dilapidated trailer behind a dilapidated house.
And I see Mount Clair Road, Mount Clair. This is one of, another 20 or 30 out that road? That need probably.
There's unlimited out that
Yeah.
way. You can tear down, to be honest.
Do we have a list? Have you all compiled a list?
Mhm.
We need to demo in the county by the district or area.
We just go by what we've already written up in the past. That we already have files for. And that's where it's been coming from.
So yes, you have a list.
Yeah. And then as we drive around and see
But
more.
you couldn't tell me if we had 200 homes. 300. That's my question.
No, I can tell you,
Or
we have knocked down about 150 since I've been here.
Okay, where's the biggest cluster?
We've knocked down a lot in Eastview, a lot on Mount Clair Road. We've done several in Shinston. A lot in Wilsonburg area.
So in one of my conversations with Charlotte Schaefer, the director of planning, there was at one time a list of, I believe there are 450 homes. Like we actually had a number because we submitted a rough number to the DEP when we first were going after the grant funding saying, all right, we've already identified this many homes that need done. And of course, we're always adding to that list, and we were able to take several off of that list, whether it was the homeowners that tore them down or with the DEP money. So I know Charlotte has a working list that we can add up the different properties with a total. And she has a map hanging up down in the office, and if the house is torn down.
Yeah,
And
the
you
ones
can
we did
see-
with the DEP money.
Yeah, they have like push pins, so you can see the clusters of the different houses that have been torn down.
Don't have any other questions? Go ahead and move to. Declare the properties as emergency nuisance on the International Property Code Maintenance Code ordinance. So emergency measures. Abatement can be commenced on A 276 Underhill Road, Bridgeport, B 451 Roan Avenue, Clarksburg, C 453 Roan Avenue, Clarksburg, D 4028 Mount Clair Road, Mount Clair.
Okay, the motion's been made to move forward with the emergency nuisance within the framework of the International Property Code Maintenance Ordinance so that emergency measures for abatement can be commenced on the 4 properties as stated by Commissioner Hank. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Number 11, review, discuss, consider terminating lease with Softball Association at Summit Park and work with softball for a MOU.
So Madam President, this is just, we've been working with the West Virginia Girls Softball League, with the lease that we have with them at Summit Park. We also have some work that needs to be done at Summit Park with the DEP. We've been talking, like I said, with the Girls Softball Association, instead of having a lease agreement, we're going to work on having an MOU with them, something a little more fair, for both parties. That way they're not responsible for so much that's dictated in the lease. And from there we move forward, but I need commission's official termination of the lease.
Motion to approve the recommendation of county administrator to terminate the lease and work with the memorandum of understanding. And also to work with the DEP to allow what needs done with the,
So they have money with an AML grant.
Right.
And they have exploratory rights right now. We don't know exactly what will be done, but they're looking at work being done over by Summit Park.
Okay, so the motion is to approve terminating the lease with Summit Park Softball Association. Doing an MOU. And now what was the rest of that?
just to allow the DEP to do what with the land and any,
So what's going on with the DEP?
go ahead.
So the DEP, several months ago, the county commission has, approved.
Oh,
exploratory
I
rights.
know, never mind. Yes, yep, that was one of the,
Yes.
okay. Got it. I think you told me that once, now it's twice.
Yeah, kind of.
Got it, okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? None, motion carried. Okay, number 12, review, discuss, consider allowing the county administrator to work with the city of Shinnston to acquire a piece of property near the Shinnston Trail. Potential executive session pursuant to 69A4B9 to consider matters involving or affecting the purchase, sale, or lease of property, advanced construction planning, the investment of public funds, or other matters involving commercial competition, which if made public might adversely affect the financial or other interest of the state or any political subdivision.
Madam President, in the commission's packet, you will see, a parcel that is being referenced. It has been requested that the county work with the city of Shinnston to acquire this piece of property that is along the railroad.
And then, Madam President, I'll add to that, one of the council members from Shinnston is here today, and one of the things that with this piece here, and again, I'll refer to what the county attorney said last week, it's just another pipe in the pipeline. But this particular pipe goes right off of the now blacktopped area where you go each way. You can go to Marion County 15 miles, you can go to Clarksburg 15 miles. And what the city of Shinnston has already discussed, and please don't let me put words in your mouth, Vance, is you guys would like to build your dog park there. And then, of course, you would do the memorandum of understanding that that's your responsibility. We're not getting in the dog parking business but you're going to do that at your cost and then maintain it, because let's face it, every time we do a dog park off the rail trail, like in Montague County or Buchanan, or even off the rails or the Velo walking trail, people love their dogs. So I'm not a dog person. I wasn't a flea market person, but man, do people love them. And they're a win for everybody. So that's, if we do purchase the property, then one of the next steps would be then, of course, to work out with you all to do something good in the community where you're building something good. And of course, this is just a negotiation, given permission for the administrator to work with this property owner to acquire this property. So nothing's being purchased today. It's just the opportunity to later make a decision.
And all parties understand this is in a flood zone. And flood zone regulates what can be built.
Well, a dog park is really a fence, so
Fence is a way to catch flood materials and potentially flood the area out. So that's just what I'm asking. So,
There's a lot of clearing that's gonna have to be done on that property too.
yeah.
I mean, that's mine. But
yeah.
How much is the,
because I thought it was the grassy area, but it's not.
it's down below the rail trail.
I know, I went and looked at it yesterday. Here, see what happens.
But I will make the motion to go ahead and allow the administrator to discuss with the property owner possibility of purchasing and acquiring that for the county. And then working later with the city of Shinston to do as they do.
Is there a dollar amount that she's allowed to negotiate up to?
I guess the value of the property. Well, however you want to put that, David, I'll go with
I
it.
mean, I personally, I don't see it's taxed to, we are paid $5,600.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't know how, but I don't know why she's never come to the assessor and said, there's no value because it's in a floodplain, it's worthless property.
She may not even know she has it.
Yeah, you can't even build on it, so I would recommend that she come see the assessor and get that package removed off that piece of property. And I would also think that, again, if this is something viable, but they want to do, I can't believe the city and landowner can't come to terms on the piece, so. Don't need the whole 4 acres for a dog park, so.
It does get us a little closer.
For rail trail?
Mhm.
We can't build a rail trail down that path either, with disappear every time the flood, flush and gravel away. Trails sits above it. Rail trails never built in a flood zone, it's always built the 100-year floodplain.
I'm following you to T on that, but if that's the case, we wouldn't have a trail at Clarksburg City Park. We wouldn't have a trail at VA Park. We can always look at the negative, but they sure are walked on. They sure are ran on. There sure are strollers being pushed on them, and people are doing a healthy activity every time they go. So it's family and children fun. So I'm following you to the T, and I'll still make my motion.
May I ask Trey a question about the motion, just for clarification? Do we want to have it, I negotiate, or that I work with the city of Shinston and we negotiate? I don't know what her relationship is. She might have a good relation, the city manager might have a good relationship with the property owner. I just don't want to pigeonhole where it would just be me that we could work together.
Sure, anytime you can work with anybody, let's include anybody that's in our county with anything we do. Absolutely, but I do understand what's been said, but I also understand what we already have and how good it is, and we accept sometimes it's underwater.
Does the city of Shinston talk to this landowner about the property?
Not sure.
So we don't know, somebody from the city is already discussing purchasing? Not that I'm aware of. I think we were bidding against ourselves.
Do what?
The city's working and we're working. I would think
But I don't think the city's actually actively working on it. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Appraisal,
They just,
why don't you authorize to allow Laura to get an appraisal on it as well? That would be a good stepping point in the process, and that would be the first step, which I would recommend. And then the appraisal would serve as the basis for the negotiation. Share that with the city as well. It's not gonna appraise for much. It's gonna be de minimis, but it also protects.
just more to get the appraisal done.
Yeah, it's probably gonna cost
That's
more.
why.
It's hard to find an appraiser. I understand that, but it is a process which gives you all a buffer that you're doing your due diligence with the taxpayer funds. And we do it as the first step in every,
We do what?
we do it typically as the first step in every process leading up towards, if need be, condemnation, but here would just be a tool in the negotiation. Don't want to have to condemn that piece of property.
No, and if the landowner doesn't want to sell it, then I don't even want to do an appraisal, so.
Should we find that out first if she's even interested in? And then go from there.
Makes sense, but
That's what I'd like to see instead of putting money out for an appraisal. And then she doesn't want to sell, like she didn't. Well, say she
Yeah,
did,
but a couple times.
yeah.
So I guess Patrick, then we, maybe consider amending your motion to contact the landowner, you make sure that they wish to sell the property before we tie it into.
I think that's exactly what we want to do. I think that's what
And then get an appraisal.
Yeah, that's what I would make the motion,
yeah, okay.
pending the outcome of that discussion.
So I think you need to work with the city, just need to find out from the landowner, so.
Okay. Sound like a plan? Mr. Attorney?
yes, good plan.
Okay. So the motion is to allow Laura to move forward with speaking with the property owner to ascertain whether, I mean to put words in your mouth, the property owner wishes to sell, and if she does, then we move on to a appraisal period. Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 13, review, discuss, consider contract for prosecuting attorney's office by Carpal Computer Systems, Inc.
So Madam President, this is the software that the commission approved for the prosecutor's office to get back in budget time, except we were going to put it in 401 and not in her budget. This is the actual contract, so it's on here because of the amount to approve the commission to affix signature.
Is there anybody from the prosecutor's office to make sure this is what they all agree to?
Nor if anyone is online, I've talked to Rachel and Tara earlier this week, and this is everything that was referenced in the document and everything back in March timeframe.
Trey, have you looked over the document?
I looked over the document this morning. It appears to be software which is tailored to prosecutor's office and what they do. The contract looked like a standard software agreement. Nothing popped out to me when I went through it. Any specific questions?
Many years as a tie sub. I don't have a copy and I can access it. You're looking at your phone. That was my next.
Yeah, I'm going through the agenda online.
I guess that's my question, is how long we're tying this. Oh. Laura, do you know?
Let me look it up a second. I'm sorry. I was just asking Rachel to see if anyone was on Zoom.
It's a sizable amount for
It is.
but we're having a committee each year.
So the majority of the price is just to get set up and everything currently. And then once the software is implemented, then it's not as much for future years.
So it's a 1-year contract that automatically renews for subsequent 1-year terms unless we give them 30 days notice prior to the expiration of the then current term. That's consistent with what we try to do because of binding future funds or budgets.
I see here the annual fees are 51,000. One-time cost for 40. He said it's an automatic renewal.
Unless we provide 30 days notice.
I guess my question would be versus an automatic renewal, that if we don't get recommendation from prosecuting attorney within 30 days to consider renewing it, would that be out of the question? Make sure they want to do it, we just don't let it slide.
We could ask that they make that change, or we could tie it more towards the budget, i.e. we have the right to opt out if it's not a budgeted item by the prosecutor's office annually. I don't know what they want. I haven't talked with Rachel. It seemed like a generally fair.
Roll over, so he doesn't want it anymore.
Right, no, I
Probably
agree,
have-
I
probably
agree.
we should look at more of our contracts that way, trade with other entities that our staff wants to continue, and it just doesn't happen, and we don't realize.
Well, we have started to build in the commission's contracts requirements that they're tied to the budget year or the fiscal year, and if not budgeted, they're cancelable or terminable by the commission. And we could apply that concept to this if the software provider would agree to it. And that typically depends on how much public sector work they do. They probably do a lot based on the type of provider, so they understand. They're typically more responsive to those types of provisions if they are in the sector.
And we can tie it to her budget requests that are due in March, whenever we do the budget. That it's part of it, whether she is requesting to continue or to do away with in a justification.
Just make sure it doesn't get overlooked.
Get overlooked, because
Right.
the amount that monthly is equivalent on quite a, it's
I believe she's either going to try to get on or have someone get on Zoom for any questions you might have.
I think. So Trey said it worked out here. I mean, I pretty much, if we look at it from that standpoint, so we watch as far as the budget goes, I just take when we open in one of these agreements that we're not making sure the people that we give it to come back and make that recommendation. We have that same issue. Just said that we have that step system, and we have people that don't come back and tell us whether people should get that step, not get that step. It's like the same thing. It's a $40,000 a year contract. Should it be renewed? Has it made life better over there? We don't know it. Next thing we're gonna overwrite the check.
Because maybe it doesn't. Maybe
And then
they'll find out
A
it's
few
not what
months
they want.
later, they think they found something newer, didn't realize we just signed another contract. So we have to come up with, to me, a way on these renewables. Better way to keep track of them.
And we've developed standard terms and conditions for the commission contracts. But we haven't given those to the elected.
All contracts.
Yeah, we really haven't given it to the elected officials, but be happy to look at. Or be happy to give that to the prosecutor and to take any feedback which they have. They're West Virginia specific provisions. That's what they are.
Make a motion to have the president sign the contract. Prosecuting attorney's office by Carpool and Computer Systems Inc. For 1 year. Cost pays what's the total amount? You have the total for
$92,370, I believe.
That's it. Okay, motion was to allow the president to sign the contract for the prosecuting attorney's office by Carpal Computer Systems for 1 year for the amount as stated by the administrator.
Yes, ma'am.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 14, review, discuss, consider rail trail update potential executive session pursuant to 69A4B9 to consider matters involving or affecting the purchase, sale, or lease of property, advanced construction planning, the investment of public funds, or other matters involving commercial competition which, if made public, might adversely affect the financial or other interest of the state or any political subdivision.
Madam President, I have no updates as of today. This has been requested to be a standing item in case anything should come up. I reached out to Mr. Biller. He was unavailable for today. He's hoping to have some numbers that Commissioner Hinkle requested, how much it would cost to finish repair section of the trail. He'll hopefully have that to us by the end of the week.
But yeah, Susan, I just asked for this to be in place due to if we're gonna get things going and get things accomplished, hopefully better off where we're at by the end of the year. I was just requesting a rail trail. Hold somewhere so that if it pops up, let's discuss it. So trying to chase it down.
So there's no action to be taken on 14. Okay, then we'll move on to 15, which I think some of these are about the same thing, right?
Most of them are.
Review, discuss, consider update on sewer.
Yes, these are just standing items. Same with the sewer. City of Clarksburg's working on it. They ordered that manhole. The manhole has not come in yet, so we're just waiting on that. That's the only update I have for this time being.
Okay, so no action to take on 15. So we will move on to 16. Review, discuss, consider update on Ellis property.
Update, the flea market is still going on currently. We're waiting for reports to come back from CEC. Working with McKinley for the master plan. And that's all I have right now for the Ellis, unless you have any questions for me.
So nothing more on 16. So we will move on to 17. Review, discuss, consider budget revisions, A, general county, and B, vital services.
You have the packet of budget revisions in front of you. I believe that Mr. Hinkle said he might have some questions. I mean, I can go through line by line with the whole, from the beginning, 401.
Concerns were us, just to make sure that none of this is payroll.
So the only continuing payroll increase was the approved 0.5% that the commission voted on to give the deputies. So with this, we're taking it out of 401. The commission approves it. It'll go to the state auditor's office. Once the state auditor's office approves us taking money from 401 and putting it into 700 and I believe it's 705, which is home confinement, then that 0.5% would be in effect. Otherwise, the general county ones are just moving money around within those departments, whether it was planning, 412, extension office, all inline adjustments.
Why did you increase county commission professional services by county?
So some of that money was billed to the wrong account, so we just took it out of professional services and put it in the advertising. Or I'm sorry, in the warranty claims.
Okay, can you back up on that to make sure I understood that said that things were billed in the wrong accounts?
Correct. It should have come out of I'm sorry, it should have come out of the warranty services, so we just took, but it was taken out of professional services, but we're taking the 10,000 out of professional services to cover it in the warranty claims.
How many of these budget revisions are due to that problem?
To having it to the wrong line item,
Most of them.
there's several, and then there's also some that we didn't
Some there
budget
was
any
nothing
funds.
budgeted and they took the money out. There's nobody's.
That wasn't budgeted, or we created new line items.
So we have line items that we don't budget money for, but people use them.
Yep.
Why do we still have that line item in the budget?
David, I discussed that.
Why don't
every
people
March.
look at their, I'm sorry,
Oh,
this is my whole thing with the requisitions and wanting someone to look at it thoroughly. This is what happens when you take money from the wrong line items.
I'm on, Patsy, if you made the suggestion to go through and clean out everything that has a zero budget item in it. And our chart of accounts,
We also,
you got 100% support from.
They're still gonna do it. They're
and we,
still.
and we
gonna-
also,
Chart, if it's not in their chart of accounts, then they can't use.
and remember, we also have, and I call it spades, we also have sandbagging in the budget that we later move.
Well, but my concern is if we're moving money into areas that don't have money budgeted. That's. So the only way that people think they just look down and see a particular line item and just say, put their money to it, I can't, we just, it's a zero budget item. Remove it.
Well, there are
That's
some examples in here. We didn't budget any money in overtime whatsoever this year for most of the departments.
I think that would be one of the.
I think there needs to be a class as well for these people. Or our new guys needs to look at
That
this.
was one that didn't have any money budgeted that we are putting money in there. Another one in Parks and Rec, for example, is we created that line item specifically for the Ellis maintenance and repair. So we'll put money in that line item, so it's not in the negative. We're trying to clean up all these line items month by month or even every other month, just so it's a cleaner report and we know, have a better handle on what is going on.
The saddest part, we just July, this is what? September,
September.
We're already.
That's what my question is, if we have a lot of
It's
line
60
items that we're cleaning up,
Thank you.
that's mine. Okay, I make a motion to make budget revisions for A, general county, B, vital services as presented by staff.
Okay, the motion is to approve the budget revisions for A, general county and B, vital services as presented by staff. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed?
President Epson.
Yes, she has to fix her signature.
And to fix the president's signature. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Okay, number 18, review, discuss, consider travel request for 911 employees to go to APCO customer service in today's public safety communications class at West Virginia Northern Community College in New Martinsburg, West Virginia on September 22nd, 2025. We have 4 employees on the list to go.
Move to approve travel request for 911 employees date. APCO customer service class.
Motion to approve the request to travel for 911 employees to go to APCO customer service class. The 4 employees. Is there any further, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? None, motion carried. Number 19, review, discuss, consider travel request for Tabitha Roby from 911 to go to APCO Cybersecurity Fundamentals for the Emergency Call Center class at West Virginia Northern Community College in Wheeling on September the 23rd.
Move to approve travel request for Tabitha Brody from 911 to go to the APCO cybersecurity fundamental class.
Motion to approve the travel request for Tabitha Roby from 911 for the APCO cybersecurity fundamentals class. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? None motion carried. Number 20, review, discuss, consider travel request for Tracy Botkin from Harrison County Community Corrections to go to her social work licensing exam in Morgantown on October 2025.
Move to approve travel request for Tracy Botkin from Harrison County Community Corrections to take her social work license.
Motion to approve travel request for Tracy Botkin from Harrison County Community Corrections to take her social work licensing exam in Morgantown. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? None motion carried. Number 21, review, discuss, consider travel requests for 911 employees to go to suicide caller seminar class, Waltz Middle Training Center in Ripley, West Virginia, October 26th through the 28th of this year. There's 3 employees.
Move to approve travel request for 911 employees to go to suicide caller seminar class at Waltz Middle Training Center in Ripley for A, B, and C.
Motion to approve travel request for 911 employees to go to suicide caller seminar class, Waltz Middle Training Center in Ripley for A, B, and C employees. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? None motion carried. Okay, number 22, another travel request for 3 employees to go to basic call taker dispatcher techniques and procedure class at the Waltz Middle Training Center in Ripley. It's a pleasure.
Move to approve travel request for 911 employees to go to basic call taker and dispatcher techniques procedure class at Waltz Middle Training Center in Ripley, employee A, B, and C.
Okay, motion to approve the 911 employees A, B, and C to go to the basic call taker dispatcher techniques procedures class at the Waltz Middle Training Center in Ripley. Is there any discussion? None, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? None motion carried. Okay, Laura, you're up.
I don't have anything for this week, Madam President.
Mr. Treecost,
No, ma'am.
Mr. Hinkle.
I'd just like an update on the incident down in Gypsy over the weekend. Sheriff Cruz. Out of our pocket.
Does that come out of our pocket? So both cruisers are totaled, so we'll have to turn it in on the insurance claim and we know insurance won't cover the full cost of the cruisers. With that, it is my understanding that they were responding to assist the state police who had pursued a motorcyclist that wrecked and the driver fled. So they were going to attempt to track the suspect.
Any of our officers hurt?
Our officers were checked out afterwards and injured in the accident. Nothing major, but like sore arms. So.
That's the most important thing, that they weren't hurt. That's the most important thing. That they weren't.
We will be getting our reports from Sheriff's Department.
So we will get the accident report from the sheriff's office, we'll get the picture. We'll get all the forms for workers' comp and everything else that has already been.
Deputies have to go for screening after an incident like this.
Yes.
Anything else?
That's it.
I have nothing.
That motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
But I was going. Motion to adjourn.
Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye.